Yo, so I'm back. I know it's been like a month since the last upload, but trust me, bro, the uploads are about to be consistent. Maybe, probably not. I'm not gonna lie, but we got Ninjago today, and no better way to start Ninjago than the Green Ninja episode. Before we begin, however, I got some hidden lore. When this account started, it's supposed to be two people, but circumstances and situations made that change. But now he is finally here and ready to introduce himself.
Yo, what's good with y'all boys, man? The second half of TTVS has arrived. I know y'all don't know me, but I was supposed to be here from the start. Just some shit came along the way. College, all the assignments, but the Huz especially. And I'm ready to make my return though. All that aside, I'm ready to get into these reviews. So boom, the episode starts off with everyone doing their daily training, trying to put that work in, trying to beat Lord Garmadon per usual. But Kai's missing. We then see some random nigga put on the green ninja outfit and start doing dance moves like he's Moose from Step Up in the mirror. I don't know who this nigga is, but he's low-key being corny right now. But I would do the same shit too. The green ninja outfit is kinda hard. We then later find out that Kai was the nigga dressing up as the green ninja the whole time. And once everybody starts looking for him because he's missing from training, Zane is the only voice of reason. And he's like, gang, the only nigga that can be the green ninja is the green ninja. You shouldn't be dressing up like you're a 7-year-old on Halloween as Spider-Man trying to impersonate Peter Parker.
That's when Sensei Wu pulls back up and turns out he's been gone for a while. The ninja tell him about everything he's missed, about Zane being an android, and everyone but Kai unlocking their true potential. They're lucky frying his ass. When Zane mentions Kai, Sensei Wu wonders where he is. But of course, Kai pulls up late because he's taking off the green ninja outfit. While Kai is talking to Sensei Wu, he sees 4 arms behind him, and of course, it's Lord Garmadon. This scene is honestly so peak. There's no better way for you guys to understand this than just watching it.
Sensei, behind you! He's got 4 arms!
Lord Garmadon leaves Kai slash.
We?
Kai says he has 4 arms. I'm struggling to see the correlation in that, but you do you. That's when we found out the only reason that Sensei Wu is back is because of Lord Garmadon, and now they had to treat him as a guest. As Sensei Wu and Lord Garmadon leave, however, Lord Garmadon gives Kai a side eye, and that Loki made Kai Udi angry.
Right. So everyone's talking about how they're gonna stop Pythor from releasing the Great Devourer, and if they find the Fang Blade, then Lloyd's gonna be there. But me personally, if I'm Lord Garmadon, I'm not doing all that for my kid. I just want to rule the world. I could give a fuck less about that kid. That's just me though. Anyways, Sensei Wu then directs Kai and Nia to ready the ship in case they have any notices of any movement. Kai obviously does not fuck with this. This whole time, his facial expressions have been mad nasty. And me personally, if I've been treated like I'm the worst one on the team, I would feel the same way too. But anyways, as they're leaving the area, he says to Lord Garmadon, I got my eyes on you. Then proceeds to bang his head on the wall as he's leaving. How are you gonna pump fake and make yourself seem tough, but then eventually look like a pussy at the end of it? Me personally, I'm not going for that. That's the biggest pump fake I've ever seen. Lord Garmadon just smiles at him. That's how you know he's not taking this nigga serious at all.
That's when Kai has the answer to Nia, and Kai basically says he doesn't trust Lord Garmadon at all. That's when Nia reminds him that it is Sensei Wu's brother, and Sensei Wu holds him close to his heart. Kai, however, completely misunderstands his information and thinks that the way to unlock his true potential is by standing up to Lord Garmadon. This guy's completely lost the plot. During the sequence, he also did 2 backflips for literally no reason whatsoever. It honestly reminds me of the Miles Morales clip.
The way he leaps off of rooftops and flips backwards to face the camera before falling into a headfirst dive is just full of the exaggerated swagger of a black teen.
We then get a montage of Lord Garmadon chilling with them. All the ninja except for Kai are starting to like him a little bit. Kai, however, wasn't gonna fall for that genjutsu.
Alright, moving on, we see Zane's Falcon has found where Lloyd and Lord Pythor is, and Kai's supposed to be watching this post or whatever, but meanwhile, he's back to doing his breakdancing moves, which I still don't understand at this point. Kai then proceeds to leave his post and decides to snoop on Nia and Sensei Wu. They're having a conversation about how she was the mysterious samurai, and then Sensei Wu then brings up that she could possibly be the Green Ninja. Of course, while this is happening, Kai is hearing everything, and he's back to his facial expressions. I don't know how jealous he could be, but he's even jealous of his own sister. Meanwhile, Lord Garmadon sees this guy, and he's like, "What are you doing?" Kai then says, "Oh, I'm doing nothing." And Lord Garmadon says, "Alright, fuck all that. We might as well finish what we started." They say these two corny pickup lines, and then they start pushing each other. But I gotta pause on where they're pushing each other, because to be honest, what am I watching? One shoves the other person, and then the other person shoves him. They didn't even fight. I'm not gonna lie, and this is a very sorry excuse from Lord Garmadon. He's thousands of years old, and he's only pushing Kai, who's 14 in the show? Are we serious right now? I'm not even trying to get on Kai's side, but this nigga is 14. What are we doing? So Sensei Wu and Nia hear the ruckus that's going on outside, and they step out, and Kai's like, "Nia, are you the Green Ninja?" And again, this is him showing his jealousy. I actually can't take this nigga serious, because he's actually so jealous of being the Green Ninja, and when he finds out that she isn't, he's like, "Yes, I still have a chance." What are you talking about? I'm not gonna lie, when I was watching this whole scene, all I could do was look at my screen and sigh, because this was all giving me flashbacks to the Celtics finals.
This is when Nia has a yab session with Kai and basically says that she was inspired to be like him. But since she's seen that he's just only obsessed to becoming the Green Ninja, he's pretty much a bum ass nigga now.
This nigga is trash!
Despite the fact that Nia completely fried Kai, Kai did not flinch by the statement whatsoever. He just immediately looks at Wu and pretty much ignores his sister. Kai then asks Wu, "Who's the Green Ninja?" Is this the only thing this guy cares about? This is when Zane pulls up and basically fries Kai for abandoning his post, because Zane's Falcon has found Lloyd.
I'm not gonna lie, this is where I'll have to step in and pause the review, because we gotta talk about Kai's behavior right now. Kai, this whole time, has just been acting like a little bitch. I don't know what his problem is, but he's supposed to be like the leader of the team. You have a cool ability, you have all these cool personality traits. Why are you acting like this right now? I'm so surprised from Kai that I don't even have proper words to say, but I'm gonna keep going anyways. I don't think we've really talked about the fact that this nigga really ignored his own sister's sentimental speech about always admiring him. I'm not gonna lie, if I'm Nia, I'm actually backhanding him into outer space, because how are you gonna act like this and completely ignore my speech and ask Sensei Wu, "Oh, who's the Green Ninja then?" What are you talking about, bro? We don't need to be focused on that. The main priority of this whole scheme is to save Lloyd. And meanwhile, me personally, I don't fuck with Lloyd at all. He's just some annoying brat that we found out is Lord Garmadon's son, which really doesn't make sense to me. But anyways, not anyways, because Lloyd is actually one of the most annoying characters pre him being the Green Ninja. Spoiler alert. But back to Kai, because not only have you been obsessed with being the Green Ninja, but you've also been taking crazy disrespect throughout the whole episode, and you haven't said anything. You just took it and made some nasty faces. To be honest, you're really just looking like some sassy little kid, but I'm not going to say too much on that note.
This is when the ninja find out that Lloyd's at a volcano, and Zane's wondering where the weapons are at. This is when Kai finds out that Lord Garmadon isn't there, and you know he was waiting for this to happen. Sensei Wu tries to stop Kai, but Kai wasn't hearing none of that. This guy hits 2 side flips off the stair railing, and the mid backflip puts on his hood. And then, instead of opening the door like a normal person, he decides to kick through it. This is when he finds Lord Garmadon holding the golden weapons. And I know when Kai saw this, he was happy as hell. That's when Lord Garmadon says he's gonna teach Kai a lesson, and they get ready to start the fade. That's when Kai tries to go head to head with Lord Garmadon. Getting sent 30 yards by Kai, Loki made Lord Garmadon angry. And once again, he tells Kai he's gonna teach him a lesson. Lord Garmadon comes in with a left hook. Kai parries it, jumps into the air for lead, no reason whatsoever, and hits him with a left hook. Lord Garmadon, however, wasn't about to let that slide. He comes with a 180 kick like he's Conor McGregor. I'm not gonna lie, in the sequence, Kai's looking tough as hell. Even though he just ate a kick from Lord Garmadon, this guy somehow stops all the speed he was going at with a one-handed plank, and then jumps onto the wall and does another backflip for literally no reason. That's when Kai jumps towards Garmadon like he's about to hit an RKO, grabs him by the bone, and throws this grown man down on the ground. Not gonna lie, even though Lord Garmadon is holding back, Kai's putting in work. This is when Kai hears Nia in the hallway, and he was not about to let her stop his fade. So this guy goes to lock the door and keep fighting Lord Garmadon. Both of them exchange blows, but they're both doing 0 damage. Nia tries pressing Kai through the window, asking what he's doing. Kai, however, is saying he's trying to get his true potential. And as he's saying that, Lord Garmadon is throwing him onto the wall. Yes, Lord Garmadon, we saw that. That shit was tough as hell. Zane, being the reasonable one, is saying why would Kai even think that? But Nia says it's because his dumbass thinks he's the Green Ninja. This is when Cole makes a business decision and decides to just open the door with his power. To open the door, Kai has his foot on Lord Garmadon's chest. Me personally, as Lord Garmadon, I'm not letting this little kid do this to me. That's just me though. Kai, thinking he won, is saying it's his eyes glowing, and if it's just his true potential.
Is this my true potential? Why isn't it working?
All the ninja, however, are giving a mean ass side eye right now. Like, these guys cannot take this nigga serious at all. There's someone Sensei who has a cold ass walk up and says you can't defeat someone that allowed themselves to be defeated. Turns out that Sensei Wu asked his brother to get the weapons for him. There's someone Sensei Wu says that maybe it's better that Kai doesn't get his true potential because someone could get hurt. If I'm Kai here, after all the disrespect that I've taken in this whole episode, this would be the last line. I have to run the fade of Wu right there. I'm not gonna lie. It's either the fade or I'm airing that bitch out.
Now, everyone has entered the volcano where Pythor is, and we get to see Pythor has finally found the Fang Blade. While holding up the Fang Blade, however, Pythor notices that the ninja have entered the volcano with them, and the fight then starts. All the ninjas are fighting, and we finally get to see Sensei Wu fight for feels like the first time almost. And I just gotta take this opportunity to glaze him because he's doing all these acrobatic moves like he's on American Ninja Warrior, and he's just so tough in my opinion. We see all the other ninjas using their true potential, and it's pretty cool. We see Zane put this little ice walkway, Jay uses some wind move. It's actually pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. But Kai's the only one that doesn't get to use his true potential because he just doesn't have it. He's really a bum in this episode, I'm not gonna lie. It then cuts to Kai getting jumped by the snakes. And the one thing Nia told him before going into the volcano was don't use the fire sword because it will harm everybody and put everyone else in danger. You know what this guy Kai then does? He pulls out the fire sword and then tells Nia, I do what I must. Bro, this nigga is not Miles, bro. I don't know what he thinks he is, but he's not invincible. He's not the Man of Steel. I actually need him to stop this immediately, bro.
The weapon is compromising our safety.
I will do what I must. I will do what I must. I will do what I must. I will do what I must.
And because of Kai's dumbass movements, the volcano becomes unstable and everybody has to evacuate, and we see Lord Pythor get into this hole to escape. The one problem with this though is that Lloyd is still captured and they're taking him away. So Lord Garmadon says, I have to save my son. And this nigga does the most acrobatic shit we've seen this whole episode. And that's saying something because Kai has been trying to show out the whole time. Lord Garmadon then proceeds to jump onto the stairs where the snakes are escaping from. And he performs a 1v40. I kid you not, when I saw this shit, I knew he was tough. I actually wanted to be on the evil side because this nigga was doing shit I had never seen before, bro. One kick, boom, sword slice. I could not believe my eyes. Now trust me when I say this, I do want to stop glazing Lord Garmadon, but this nigga was actually so tough in this final part of the episode because tell me why the Lord Pythor nigga decides to throw Lloyd into the lava, and this nigga Lord Garmadon picks up the steel cage by the handle and lifts it up. I guarantee you that shit is over 150 pounds at bare minimum. That shit could actually be 1 ton. But this nigga decides to pick it up with only 2 of his arms, not even all 4, bro. This nigga too tough.
Lloyd and Lord Garmadon have a sentimental moment. Kai is running a forward flat. Keep in mind, they're trying to leave the volcano right now, but Kai does not care about none of that. While Kai is running up, he says the Fang Blade is his. The other ninja are telling him not to go because it is way too dangerous. I mean, the volcano's about to explode. Kai's response to this, however, is say that it better be quick. You are not Sonic. I'm not gonna lie though, Kai then proceeds to do the toughest thing he's done in this whole episode. He throws his sword with perfect accuracy on the Fang Blade. That is not his body. Before tries to grab the Fang Blade back, but the snakes, being smart, tell him to leave it. That's when Kai is still running up these stairs. I don't know how long these stairs are, but he's been running for a good 7 minutes. At this point, the group is ready to leave, but Kai is still running up to the Fang Blade. I don't know who Kai thinks he is, whether he thinks he's 2018 Mongrel, solo squatting, or Jade and Chiba, but whatever he's trying to do is not his bag. While Kai's dumbass is still running up to the Fang Blade, Lloyd's platform happens to fall apart. Like, let's be so serious, bro. Garmadon tries to save him, but at this point, it's already too late, and their last hope is Kai. Kai finally makes it to where his Fang Blade and sword is. As he pulls out his sword, the Fang Blade falls down to the ground. Kai, having his eyes on the prize, jumps down to go get the blade, but at this point, the rest of the group already left. As Kai is wondering why his true power won't unlock, he has a big decision: to save Lloyd or to get the Fang Blade. Kai goes over to Lloyd's platform, and as he's doing this, Lloyd is saying, "What about the Fang Blade?" So when Kai says forget it, like not the past 10 minutes he's been running for that Fang Blade, and now he's acting like it's not important. Like, come on, bro. Anyways, they start dipping with Kai using his spin jutsu to get on the different platforms. But then, fire starts surrounding him and Lloyd.
And this is where we cut to all the ninjas escaping from the volcano, and meanwhile, this whole time, Lord Garmadon is under the impression that Lloyd is dead, and he's saying, "Lloyd, Lloyd." It just brings me back to Sakura moments when Naruto had to come save the Leaf Village, to be honest. They finally get back to the ship, however, and the volcano then erupts, and everybody's thinking, is Kai and Lloyd dead? However, they see this fireball then come out of the volcano, and they're like, what the fuck is that? We then find out that this was Kai and Lloyd the whole time, and that Kai has finally unlocked his true potential. And this is where I'm just going to pause the review real quick. I know this whole episode I've been on Kai's ass, but I'm low-key proud of him, man. He finally overcame his ways, his selfishness, and decided to unlock his full true potential. This was a great moment to see, man. But I'm not going to lie, it was a little bit too late for me at this point. Kai this whole time has just been acting like a bitch, and has ruined my whole perception of him, to be honest. We then cut back to the ship, however, and we get to see everybody talking about how Kai unlocked his true potential. And then Kai goes on to this speech where he finally realized his ways and how wrong he was. It was very nice, but we then figure out from Kai that Lloyd is the Green Ninja, which I'm confused about, to be honest, because how the fuck did he realize this? It's kind of out of nowhere, and this is where I think that this was an ass pull, because how the fuck is Lloyd the Green Ninja? He has proved nothing from the beginning of the show to now that he deserved to be the Green Ninja, and personally, I think this was a terrible decision by the filmmakers. Everyone just stares in shock and awe because they never expected it either. I'm like them, to be honest. Where the fuck did this come from? How, where, and why? But I guess we'll never know for real. And then everyone decides to use the weapons to then try and see if Lloyd is the Green Ninja, and then suddenly it reacts. So I guess he is the Green Ninja. The whole time, again, I will not let this go. He is not deserving to be the Green Ninja. This is straight ass pull. And then Sensei Wu talks about how now it is not just brother versus brother, it is now son versus father, which I guess is true. But can't Lloyd decide his own decisions in his life? Can't he decide if he wants to be on his father's side? To be honest, if I'm the Green Ninja and Lord Garmadon is my father, I'm doing the most wicked shit imaginable. Call me Sukuna, because this whole world is going down. If I had the power of the Green Ninja, eventually turning into the Golden Ninja, the master of all spin jutsu, I'm doing the most horrendous wicked shit. Now, trust me, I'm a good person in real life. But in the world of Ninjago, and I have all these abilities and I can do whatever I want, I might as well be Lord Garmadon 2.0. We then cut to Lord Pythor, and now he has escaped the volcano safely with his minions. But the one thing the authors did that I just don't understand, and they could have went so many routes with this, is that the Fang Blade has appeared right next to him in a pool of lava. Obviously, if I'm Lord Pythor, I would do the same thing. I'd grab it with my staff, and now he has the third Fang Blade, and that's where the episode ends off. But to be honest, I would say this was a pretty alright episode. The fight scenes were pretty cool, but Kai was just such an annoying part to this episode that I can never get over, and I probably have a deep hatred for him now watching back, but it's just like, how did I not notice this as a kid? Everything that he was doing is just pissing me off. Maybe that's just because I'm an adult, but even if I'm trying to be selfish and be the Green Ninja, I would notice that maybe I'm just not fit, bro. And sometimes that is okay in life. But tell me what y'all think in the comments, man. Appreciate y'all. And TTPS is back in business. Weekly uploads coming. Can't promise that, but we will try, man. Appreciate y'all once again.